Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mishkan's Adult Purim here. We're going to be starting the Havdalah in round about 10 minutes. But before we get to that, we're going to have a brief little costume parade. So if you want to show off your costume, please line up right over here. And you can strut across the stage and have people check out what the great clothes that you're wearing. So feel free, come on up if you want people to look at your costume. Heck, come on over, we got a bunch of people. Yeah, more and more. We've got Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift here today. Very exciting, catching footballs, singing songs, great time. And we've got the night Vashti wanted. All Vashti wanted to do was relax. She didn't want to dance. Don't make her dance. Peace, love. We've got a hippie coming up here. Yeah. Flash the peace sign. We've got a very special guest. Give it up for Moses. Parting the seas, having a great time. And another very special guest, Scooby-Doo and Velma. Daphne. No. Oh, get some Scooby snacks as you're going. We've got King Ahasuerus here. His Majesty himself coming up. Don't tell Vashti he's here. And another very special guest, Mordecai. Mordecai here. You were born for this. Let's get some crumbs out on the stage for Mordecai. Anyone else want to show off their costumes? No? If not, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Can we give all of our costume people a big round of applause? We'll get started here in just a few minutes with our Havdalah before jumping into the Spiel.
Happy Purim, folks. Welcome, everyone. I am Rabbi Stephen. Welcome to Mishkan's Purim Party 5784. So Purim is a holiday that confronts us with the unexpected. It's an acknowledgement that anything can change in just a moment, for better or for worse. And the Purim story, which we'll read in a little bit, tells us v'nahafochum, and the exact opposite of what was expected happened. So for our ancestors, this was the miracle of being saved from destruction. Yay! But we also know that sometimes the best laid plans go awry. Terrible things can happen. This is true. So how do we respond? How do we respond to a world that we don't control? A world that is so outside of our ability to influence, sometimes even though we might want to. We celebrate. We gather together. We eat good food. We drink strong drinks. We give generously to our friends and to those in need. Shout out to Repair the World in the back there who helped us tonight with helping those in need. And we embrace this moment. We embrace this moment and we lean in because we truly don't know what tomorrow might bring. And so we lean into that unexpected through costumes. Thank you for those of you who dressed up. For those who didn't, it's okay. Next year will happen. We create space for joy to carry us through the unknown that lies ahead. And we make fun of those best laid plans, especially the ones that go awry, because humor has carried our community through some of the most painful moments of our history. So we know, and just so you know, that when we're poking fun at someone or something, it comes from a place of love and gratitude and appreciation. Because in a world that's spinning out of control, we might be tempted to hold on to life so tightly that we actually squeeze the joy out of it. And so tonight is about laughing at our community, at each other, at ourselves, to let go just a little bit and actually say thank you, I appreciate you, I love you so much that I can laugh with you and alongside you. Amazing. So let me map out the trajectory of the evening, just so you know what's happening ahead of you, in case anybody has anxiety about, knowing what's happening for the next hour or so. I'm in a room full of Jews. I mean, come on, right? So first we'll do Havdalah, which is a ceremony that separates Shabbat, this day of rest that we're moving out of, into the raucous nature of Purim. Then we're going to have an amazing Spiel. That's the making fun of ourselves with love part of the evening, put on by members of our staff and a phenomenal volunteer cast of characters. Then we'll read the Megillah, aka the Book of Esther, aka the Purim story, aka the reason that we're doing this whole thing tonight, why we're gathered together. So one last note, before we dive in, before we just let that grip go a little bit and lean back and relax and laugh and have fun, just a moment to talk about safety. So take care of yourselves tonight. There are flashing and strobe effects, I've been told, in video aspects of the Spiel. So if this is something that is concerning to you, please talk to Anna or Zach up in the booth. They're waving at us. Woo! So if you have any concerns about flashing or strobe effects, go talk to them. Also, if you are drinking alcohol tonight, I don't think anybody's taken advantage of those drink tickets yet. If you're drinking alcohol tonight, please pace yourself. Drink water. There's free water in the back. And do not drink and drive, right? We will help you find a carpool. We'll help you Uber home. No blame, no shame. If you find yourself feeling a little tipsy or if you had a drink or two, come find us. We'll make sure you get home safely because we love you all so much and we just want to make sure we have the best night possible, okay? So now, before we hand things over to our Spielers, since it's Saturday night and the sun is just going down outside, we're going to do Havdalah together, the ceremony of separation between the peace of Shabbat and the madness of Purim. But just in case you think that it's going to be normal, because I'm a very serious rabbi, don't worry, it's not going to be normal. You might remember that last year my beloved colleagues at Mishkan put me through an ordeal called Hot Ones. Was anybody, here for that? Where we ate hot sauce and we answered very personal, very probing questions about our lives. This year, they've decided that yet again, I will suffer for your entertainment. In a game that they are calling Dry Ones, where I'm going to eat chunks of overbaked hamantaschen and try to lead you in the beautiful blessings of Havdalah. It's kind of like the saltine challenge, but like very Jewish saltine challenge. So Seth, our amazing rabbinic assistant, is going to come join me on stage. And because we know that the person who should have the most power over the rabbi in this moment is the rabbinic assistant, Seth gets to decide when I'm going to shove another bite of hamantaschen into my mouth by ringing the bell. You can maybe egg him on a little bit if you want to. But truly the power is his. Thank you, Seth. So every time he rings that bell, I have to take another bite of one of these several days old, very dry, but so delicious hamantaschen. So we're going to light that candle. Okay. We're gonna light the candle. We'll light the candle. Oh, it's so my assistant. Oh, okay. This is gonna be really hard. These are so dry. If you know the words, please join me. I got it. You got this. Hina el Yeshuati, Asakalo, He only in my young, I don't know, gone in the house, one. I don't have room in my mouth anymore. First of all, I say, I'm milk and you have a young Korean. You sound beautiful. You sound great. Next slide, please. I don't know why you can't understand me. Next slide, please. Wait, why don't we go back? Oh, all right. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have a reset moment. A reset moment. A reset moment. Oh my God, okay. I'm gonna ask you to stand first. You all stand together. We raise this wine glass, and I put this hamantaschen in my mouth. Happy Purim, folks. Okay, Seth, I promise I will answer my emails faster now.
Good evening, my fellow Mishkanites, as well as family, friends, and people who know a good investment when they see one. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at this very important board meeting. Sorry for the outfits. We thought this was all going to be on Zoom. But we, the board, have called this meeting to discuss a matter of urgent and mission-critical news.
Now, we know you all love Mishkan, but the very soul of the community is at stake. And only together can we find our way through. Despite her recent attendance at services and events, we have reason to believe that Rabbi Lizzie may be preparing to leave her role at Mishkan. Just last week, an anonymous staff member leaked this post from Lizzie's private YouTube channel.
While this may be unsettling to watch, please be advised, it's kind of a bop.
I remember when we eyed the first time, teaching you a nigun you could try, 'cause like we haven't davened with each other in a month. When you still complained about the space. What? Then you come around again and say, Rabbi, I miss you, and I swear I love your drash. Trust me, remember how that lasted for a day? I say, it's my sabbatical. I'll be back in a flash. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm peacing out for 3 whole months, and ooh, 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 ooh. This time, I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. You go talk to Rabbi Stephen Philp, but not to me, 'cause we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. I'm really gonna miss you picking fights. Sorry, I'm really gonna miss you picking fights. When I said something about Israel you didn't like, yeah, right, and then you threatened me to go and find some shul that's way more progressive than mine. Ooh, oh, 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 I'm peacing out for 3 whole months, and this time, I'm telling you, we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. You go talk to Rachel Court or Rhonda, but not to me, 'cause we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. I used to think I'd stay forever and ever. I used to say, never say never. Ugh, so they texted me on my sabbatical while I'm in the jungle in Costa Rica tripping on mushrooms. And I'm like, God, it's so exhausting. We are never going back to Mishkan. Ever. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. You go talk to a therapist or a life coach, just not me, 'cause we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. We are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan. You go shout at Elon Musk on X, but not at me, 'cause we are never, ever, ever going back to Mishkan.
I know this is a lot to take in, but like a bagel with no cream cheese, a Kiddush cup with no wine, a Passover Seder with no brisket, there are actually a lot of decent options, but it's not the same.
So tonight, we will be hearing not only board updates, but messages from candidates that we believe, yes, can lead the organization on day one if day one emerges. Your ticket to tonight's event is your share in the future of Mishkan. Before the night is over, each of you will be asked to cast a vote. We need you to think seriously about Mishkan's future.
So welcome to Purim. The bar is behind you. The bathrooms are backward into that side of the room. And in case of an emergency, the exits are this way and back over here. Stay for the full board meeting, the entire Megillah reading, and a giant kick-ass after party when we're done. And remember, we are so glad you're here. And remember, we may fight over parking spaces or what constitutes a good oneg or, well, anything about the Middle East. So we may not all agree, but by the time the night is done, we will have a succession plan for Mishkan.
When we open the Torah this week, we see Moses plant the seeds of leadership. Our ancestors have just been liberated from Egypt. They are scared. They are exhausted. They're not sure where to go. In this moment of incredible vulnerability, Amalek attacks. As tragedy descends upon them, Moses chooses the person he knows will lead the Israelites to victory, his protege, Joshua. 40 years later, we witness that seed of leadership grow and blossom as Joshua steps up in the wake of Moses' death. Joshua is the one who leads the Israelites into the Promised Land. Joshua is the one who will fulfill the mandate that God had given to Moses. Here at Mishkan, we are faced with the loss of a beloved leader. And just like the Israelites, we are left to wonder, who will guide us to the Promised Land? Who can fulfill the vision of our founding prophet? Who is able to take hold of the mandate that God had bestowed upon her? The seeds of leadership were planted years ago in her very own Joshua, a person who has been at her side this whole time. Hi, I'm Rabbi Stephen Philp, and in these trying times, we need a spiritual community that meets us where we are, stressed out of our fucking minds, but trying to be polite, listening with curiosity and compassion, but ready to tell you while you're wrong. Studying deeply the texts of our sacred tradition to figure out how we're going to make it through one more goddamn day. Imagine under my leadership the next chapter of Mishkan. Mishkan Next. Mishkan Next. Services start on time and end 10 minutes early. Mishkan Next, where every conversation starts with your name, so I don't have to figure out where you put your name tag. Mishkan Next, where the ritual table is always stocked with the most fashionable kippot, the most flattering talitot, and 40 32-ounce cups of the strongest, creamiest cold brew that the city of Chicago has to offer. Vote for me, Rabbi Stephen Philp, and together we'll cross the river into our glorious future and find out what comes next. Mishkan Next. Anxious, over-caffeinated Judaism.
So Lizzie went on sabbatical, and at first we didn't know what to do. I mean, I began to panic. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't go to services. I couldn't even enjoy the melodious sounds we'd make at Davening team rehearsals. I mean, I'm beginning to think, is this the end of Mishkan? I mean, sure, we didn't have our lead guitarist, our lead singer, our spiritual Pied Piper, but I need to look within and realize we do have each other.
Yeah, everybody likes Benji, and he's a pretty reserved guy, and I don't think any of us ever saw him get that excited before about anything. And so when I looked in his eyes and I saw his truth, I thought, yes, just that, yes.
No, I never thought it was a good idea.
Yes, and.
We always had something special. I mean, now we're more polished than ever. I'm starting to think that this is our chance. Our chance to do something bigger. Our chance to do something better. Our chance to go to nationals.
As far as I know, there aren't any national competitions for davening teams, but then Benji started showing us clips from Glee, and I realized that he didn't realize we aren't already a show choir.
Do you want to be in a show choir?
Frankly, I'm just here to pray and talk shit. If this goes well, it'll be a holy experience for everybody. If it doesn't, I can't think of anything better to talk shit about.
The choreography was a slam dunk. We sounded incredible, but there was something missing. So that's why we need you and your votes to ensure that us, the Davening team, can take the entire operating budget to be able to go to nationals. We're gonna need things like costumes, pyrotechnics, we're gonna need air transportation, we're gonna need ground transportation, water transportation, reverse ionized water, filtered water, alkaline water, hat, shoes, cape, and probably a bunch of other junk, and a sound system. I mean, just imagine us at nationals and our name up in lights. Mishkan. Honestly, the only reason I'm doing this is so that I can play Ken in the inevitable Broadway play for Barbie. That was off the record, right?
From the Department of Complaints and Occurrences, it's Mishkan Update, with your returning co-hosts Henry Bernstein and Dana Kogan.
So, Dana, why did we bring this sketch back for another year?
Well, we liked writing it, and they seemed to like hearing it, and if you laughed at the same drunk history video twice, then this counts as original content. I mean, if Jon Stewart can come back once a week, then we can come back once a year, right? Our top story tonight, Mishkan High Holidays, committed to taking you to places in Chicago that make you say, I'm sorry, where?
The Copernicus Center. There haven't been so many Jews in a Polish building since 1938.
But yeah, no, but it was a really great space. It was a good space, and we all learned a lot, right? We learned that Copernicus was Polish. We learned that white people play the djembe. And we learned that a 2005 pop song that insists, I've made a lot of mistakes, still counts as inspired, down-to-earth, post-denominational Judaism. Join us next year when we gather at a Taco Bell cantina and explore more 2005 pop hits like the Black Eyed Peas, Don't Funk With My Heart. Did you know Baja Blast is actually kosher?
In more music news, the Davening team is exploring new recruitment strategies to help both diversify and improve their already impressive sound. Inspired by musical genius Weird Al Yankovic, Operation White and Nerdy aims to move beyond the well-worn treads of a cappella singing to reach into domains of global sounds, already fully embraced by said white people. Basically, did you get a melodica for your birthday? How about a theremin? You're in. In sports news,
Henry, there is no sports news. We're all accountants, doctors, lawyers, and maybe some nonprofit professionals. What, are we going to talk about Sandy Koufax again?
I mean, he was the best Jewish.
That's it, that's our sport
time.
news, everybody. That's great.
But actually, Rabbi Lizzie has entered her Tanya Harding era and has reignited her love for ice skating. Male Mishkanites flocked from all over the Chicagoland area to support their favorite rabbi. Some of her biggest fans said, I'm here to support her passions. I had no idea she was going to be wearing little to no clothing in freezing temperatures. I'm just here for the game.
Sharon Browse's kneecap, better watch out.
Yikes, that's a topical reference. Yeah.
Over in real estate news, Mishkan made a big move at the end of 2023, signing a contract with their first new space since 2019. Mishkan Robinson, Henry Bernstein, said, "The move to CJDS is very exciting and in no way a conflict of interest." Despite the move, many at Mishkan continue with their own concerns.
Well, you know what they say about Mishkan, right? 6 venues, 60,000 opinions.
And just as the Jews wandered the desert for 40 years, Mishkanites will schlep from the city and the suburbs for years in search of a magical building that's available on Friday nights. And it comes with a parking lot, a kosher kitchen, space for 300, also a library, a coat room, and family-friendly restrooms.
So you mean a synagogue?
This year, 2024, is full of a lot of important elections, and civic engagement has never been more important or critical to our future. Here to give us his take on the not very political, but somewhat contentious vote we have to do tonight is none other than Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Dana and Henry. I'm glad to be here for a good time, but not a long time. I tried the vegan prune hamantaschen, and now my colon is flooded with 1 million small contributions. I came here tonight because I want to remind everyone here that while we've heard from 2 candidates who claim to be for you, these people, Rabbi Stephen and the Davening team, already reflect systems of power that control most of what you hear at Mishkan. We want a community that works for all of us. Not just the well-liked and already famous. What about us eccentrics? Us wallflowers? Us people who come after services have started and leave before services have ended. People of Mishkan, the 2-party system is broken. I implore you, vote independent. Vote Adira. Sure, she can't read or write, but neither can I in Hebrew. She wants to wear only pajamas, and I'm not so hot on pants with buttons. Adira needs a nap and a snack, and so do we. She's the inevitable heir to the role, and still somehow the least likely choice tonight. Vote independent. Vote Adira. Hag Shamag.
People of Mishkan, Bernie Sanders. For Mishkan Update, I'm Dana Kogan.
I'm Henry Bernstein. Good night and happy Purim!
Tonight, right? But now it's time for us to cast our ballots. and decide on the future of Mishkan.
And to help build the tension, we are gonna bring out that giant shot clock from Kol Nidre. And folks, we don't want your money, just those big opinions that come with those big fat checks.
When the QR code comes up in a minute, we'll get 60 seconds on the clock and you can scan and cast your ballots. Okay, take it away, James and the voters.
What? What's happening?
We have a surprise video transition. I'm patching it through now.
Greetings, so-called shareholders of Mishkan, Chicago. I'm interrupting this sham of a leadership election with important news. The era of Mishkan's IPO is over. I bet you thought you were so clever with your new visions for Mishkan, your anxious Judaism and your show choirs, your Adira Hannah Bernstein Heidemann. But you aren't the only ones with tricks up your sleeves. The whole time that you've been receiving updates and hearing pitches and making merry, I've been making moves. While you were listening to jokes, I was gathering my folks. While you were eating your vegetarian meals, I was making backroom deals. And now I've amassed enough shares to finally execute my hostile takeover. Mishkan, Chicago, the new era begins now. And your new leader is...
Me, Rabbi Lizzie. I see what you're doing here, but at the end of the day, I think it's best if I stay in charge. I love you, but you're not serious people. This is my down-to-earth inspired community, and I don't really see why I should hand it over to anyone else. You can try to maneuver and count votes and play to people's better natures, but sometimes it is a big dick competition. And I, Rabbi Elizabeth Jill Honey Rose Heidemann, have the biggest dick in Northside Chicago Jewelry. Meeting over. Fuck off.
Wow! Wow! What an incredible evening. And let's give it up for Rabbi Lizzie Heidemann, single-handedly tanking democracy with a hostile takeover. And we couldn't be happier, right? Right? Woo! So listen, we know you may have questions, but we also know you've got answers. So folks, it's time to wrap the Purim Spiel up, and let's play Mishpucha Madness.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to Mishpucha Madness. Now, Mishpucha means family, and we here at Mishkan are a big family here all together. But we have two specific families playing here for you today. We have the Megillah Gorillas. And we have the Tallest Cowboys. So the way that this game is going to work is out of 100 Mishkanites that voted on various survey questions, we will give the top 8 answers on the board. And in fact, we are going to start off with a head-to-head. Can I get Josh and Benji here? So remember, top 8 answers on the board. I'm going to put my hand out. The first person to clap my hand, it is sweaty. Yeah. Will be able to answer first. If they get the number 1 answer, they will decide whether they get to pass or play. If they do not get the first answer, the other team will have a chance to try and see if they can. Are you all ready? Okay. The question is, what is the best Jewish holiday? That was Josh first, yes.
Passover.
Show me Passover. They are going to play. If you all would like to huddle up and decide on what your answer is. Josh, can you introduce the rest of the team here?
I sure can. Give us a swirl. It's a night with Vashti, Miriam, Clevin, woo! And we have John Quinn as himself. Hey, baby. Dorothy, are we close to Kansas yet? Yes. Give it up for Rebecca and Cowboy Harry Gottlieb. Woo!
Thank you so much. Now, since you answered first, we're going to head on to Miriam. Miriam, what is the best Jewish holiday?
Purim.
Show me Purim. Okay, let's move on to John here. John, what's the best Jewish holiday? Get in the mind of a Mishkanite here.
Shavuot, obviously.
Show me Shavuot. Oh, so close. Rebecca, what are you thinking? Best Jewish holiday?
The one that comes the most often, Shabbat.
Oh, a weekly holiday. Show me Shabbat. And Harry, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, a classic. Show me Hanukkah. You all are doing a great job of possibly sweeping this whole category. Josh, what are you thinking? We're back to you now.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah. Show me Rosh Hashanah. Oh, our tallest cowboys must be thinking this is looking rough, but Miriam, what are you thinking?
Yom Kippur?
Ooh, a solemn holiday. Let's see if it's up there. Show me Yom Kippur. Okay, John.
Simchat Torah?
Ooh, Simchat Torah. Gonna unroll the Torah. Here we go. Show me Simchat Torah. Here we go. So we just have number 3 left. We only have 1 X. They need 2 more X's in order for the Tallis Cowboys to steal. Who is next? Was it? Yeah, Rebecca.
Sukkot.
Yeah!
Let's see Sukkot. Big round of applause to the Megillah gorillas here. However, before we move on to the next one, let's get an idea of the Tallis Cowboys. Benji, can you introduce the rest of your team here?
I would be delighted to. This is my wife, Purple Rain. This is Rebecca. Joseph. And their glorious Technicolor Dreamcoat. Sam, the King of Hearts. And Alex, the King of Cows. Can I get a moo? Can I get a moo? Come on, I said, can I get a moo? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Benji. But now we're going to move on to the next head-to-head. Debbie and Miriam, why don't you come on down? Okay, remember, 100 Mishkanites surveyed, 8 answers on the board. The question is, Mishkan is having another vegan-catered meal. What is this source of protein? Miriam.
Tofu.
Show me tofu. Okay, they're gonna pass. They're gonna pass. So we'll get started here. We'll get started here with Benji, actually, and then move down the line. Benji, we've got a vegan catered meal. What is Mishkan's source of protein?
Bacon, no, just kidding. Chickpeas.
Chickpeas. Show me chickpeas. Ah. Debbie, you got a chance to answer before, so I think I'm going to go to Rebecca here. What are you thinking? Source of protein?
Thinking black beans.
Black beans. Let's see black beans. Ah. Okay, Steph.
I'm going seitan.
Oh, seitan, the other vegan protein. Show me seitan. Okay, Sam, what are you thinking?
Lentils.
Ooh, lentils. I believe we are counting lentils under beans and other legumes. Do you have another answer for us here today?
Cashews.
Cashews, a good old nut. Let's see, show me cashews. Oh, so we have our first X. I'm so sorry about that. Alex, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking a single almond.
One singular almond. That's all you get. Show me almond. Now, we are gonna go back to Benji. Benji, we're getting a little low on vegan options. Do you have one coming to mind?
Quinoa.
Quinoa, the tiny little grain. I think it's a grain. Here we go, quinoa. Yeah! Okay, Debbie, what are you thinking?
An unidentified meat substitute.
Oh. Some random meat substitute. Let's see if it's up there. Something humorous and inedible. That's very fun. Here we go. Rebecca, it looks like we have one more option left here. Let's see.
The tears of our ancestors.
It's not a Passover Seder without some salty water. Show me the tears of our ancestor. So sorry about that. Steph, what are you thinking?
Complaints.
Ooh, gonna feast on those complaints, right? Let's see, is complaints up there? So that was 3 X's, which means the Megillah gorillas actually get a chance to steal. Josh, what are you thinking?
How much time do we have?
A couple seconds.
Pea protein.
Let's see if pea protein is up there. Show me pea protein. Well, so the tallest Cowboys do get the points from this round. But let's see what that pesky number 5 is. Vegetables somehow. Okay. I think the protein threw it off. You're gonna have to talk to Zach and Anna up there. Let's get Rebecca and Rebecca over here. Now, this is our last round of Family Feud, which means the points are doubled. So it's anybody's game on who's gonna win this. Also, Purim is really the only Jewish holiday that doesn't really mention God anywhere. So we're gonna take a little bit of time and this opportunity to talk some shit. So, what is God's worst quality? Oh, that was Rebecca.
He's vengeful.
Show us that vengeful God. Are you all wanting to pass or play? Play? Okay, we're gonna go on to Steph here.
Unpredictable.
Oh yeah, we don't know what God's doing. Let's see. Show me unpredictable. Yeah. Now, Sam, what are you thinking? God's worst quality?
He smites people.
Ooh, yeah, God likes to smite some people sometimes. Let's show that smiteful God. Yeah. Alex, what are you thinking?
All powerful. Could have done some nicer stuff for the Jews.
Sure, we are the chosen people, but sometimes it hurts to be chosen. Let's see if that's up there. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, back to Benji now. What are you thinking?
Oh, man. They are a jealous motherfucker.
Jealous, that jealous God. Show us jealousy up there. Oh. I'm so sorry, that's not what the Mishkanites thought. Debbie, what are you thinking?
Has too many rules, too many mitzvahs to follow.
Sure, yeah, that long list of mitzvahs. Let's see too many rules up here. Okay. We are going back to Rebecca here.
You can't say his name. He's very insecure.
Oh. You can't say God's name. They're very insecure. Let's see if that insecurity is up there. Okay, we have 2 X's. That means one more X, and the Megillah Gorillas will get a chance to steal. I believe we are on Steph here. Steph, what are you thinking?
Little lazy.
Sure, yeah, let Moses do all the work. Let's see. That lazy God up here. Oh. So the Megillah Gorillas now do get a chance to steal. Josh, what are you thinking?
Patriarchal.
Oh. Patriarchal, that, right? Let's see that patriarchal God up there. So now let's see what the final couple answers are. Can we see number 7? Kind of judgy. And then let's see that number 6. Non-existent. Let's give a big round of applause to both of our teams. And then especially the Megillah Gorillas. They get a big round of applause, everyone. Now, this is the end of our spiel, so if you were a part of the spiel, please come on stage for a bow. Come on on stage, take a bow. Anybody involved in the spiel, come on up. Thank you all so much. You can go ahead and take a seat. Let's keep it going for the rest of the Spielers. All the Spielers up here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to move on to the Megillah reading, although I'm a little worried. Has anybody seen Rabbi Stephen? I know he took that vote pretty hard. Has anybody seen him around here? I know Seth was looking after him. Has anybody seen him around here?
Can we please get another enormous round of applause for the Mishkan staff who orchestrated this whole spiel, which includes, hang on, let me tell you, Zach Weinberg, our program and ops manager, and Anna Gelman, our live and hybrid events producer. Shout out to everybody who is watching at home who had this beautiful experience from where you were sitting. These are the people who created the behind-the-scenes work that went into creating this shot-for-shot recreation of Succession. The intro and the outro, as well as the writing, directing, and filming and editing of all the videos, creating the Family Feud survey, creating and designing the Family Feud game, and making it come to life as much at home as it did here, attending to the hundreds of logistical details that go into creating an evening like this, all of the technical magic that allows folks to watch at home. And finally, a round of applause for Rebecca Stevens, who plays the character of God tonight, never mentioned, but her presence is felt throughout.
So we are helping you fulfill all of the mitzvot of Purim tonight. Feasting and revelry.
Yay! Yeah. We love revelry!
Megillah reading, that's next.
Yes.
Sharing food with friends and loved ones. We're doing that right
Check.
now. The bar is still open in the back. But finally, we invite you to fulfill the mitzvah of matanot la'avyonim, which is to give to those in need at this very moment, those who need support and love.
This can be fulfilled by literally going to an ATM, taking out money, and giving money to somebody you see on the street. This can be fulfilled by donating to a mutual aid fund or giving to your favorite charity. Tonight, we wanted to take the opportunity to give to Israelis and Palestinians working together to create a better future for all. Yeah. So tonight we're going to split our donation between 3 charities: the World Food Program, Gaza Relief, providing food and relief and humanitarian aid in Gaza;
The Hostages and Missing Families Forum, which is supporting families of hostages being held captive, and the movement to bring them home; and finally,
Standing Together, the grassroots movement that is mobilizing Israeli Jews and Palestinians together in pursuit of peace, equality, social, and climate justice. So, we can't do everything, but we can do something. In a world that is turned upside down, we can do a little something to tip the scales toward healing. So, like at the high holidays, I want to invite you to take out your phone. Take out your phone. It's not even as weird as it is on Yom Kippur, because this holiday isn't one of those holidays where you're not supposed to use technology. You're supposed to use all the technology. So, what we're going to invite you to do is open up your texts and text Vashti to 44321 to get your Purim mitzvah on. And for the next 3 minutes, everything that comes through our website will go, and we will split it equally between those 3 organizations. We'll tell you what we bring in later. And on your marks, get set, Vashti to 44321.
Look what you're doing to me. I'm utterly at your whim.
Are people getting a donation link come up? Some people yes, some people no. Many people yes. You dial 44321 and then Vashti. Not working? It's working for some of us. Okay, maybe do it multiple times. Do it again. Try again.
yes, you're going to the Mishkan website. It'll take you to the Mishkan donation website. We're co-letting all donations and donating it to those 3 organizations.
Everything that comes in tonight will go back to them.
That makes my motor run and my legs too.
I just did it.
To stand. Up and down
Josh, did it work? Did you try it? Did it work? Not working? It takes a second to load, but it eventually goes. Okay. Maybe different cell phone carriers have different, yeah. Keep trying and maybe try when you get closer to the windows later tonight. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And you can continue to do that all night. Anything that comes in, we will send that way unless you tell us otherwise in the comments. Okay, thank you. We now will turn to the Holy Scroll. So if you are reading Megillah tonight, I do want to invite you to maybe come and sit in one of the 4 chairs up here so that you can be close to where you'll be reading. As usual, we will be hearing and seeing the full text of the Megillah on the screen, as well as literal translation right next to it, and then some behind-the-scenes ghost-written commentary. And so I want to thank in advance Michelle, Evan, Ruthie, and Ellie, who are all going to be reading Megillah tonight. Y'all, they are going to be reading in the once-a-year trope of Purim that only happens tonight from a scroll that, as you know, has no vowels or punctuation. It's not easy, and so I invite you to really support them. When they say words like, oh, I don't know, Haman, or when Esther walks in the room, or Mordecai, you know. Please, we invite you to participate. There'll be some cues on the screen that tell you audience participation. Please, lean in. There's transliteration for all of those places. Invite you to participate in that. And thank you to Nathan Kaplan, Keith Schnabel, Zach and Anna again for your contributions to the color commentary.
Now, the subject of the Purim story is an evergreen one, and we find new things in it every single year. And this year, the parallels between the story of Esther and our world hit really close to home. We have to ask hard questions about how we face anti-Semitism and threats of violence. How do we respond to our fear? And where is the line between justice and vengeance? It is a staggering proposition.
Okay, so as usual, the Megillah will include many zany jokes to keep things interesting, contributed by some of the lesser-known small groups in our community, as you will hear in a moment. And as we near the climax scenes of the Megillah, we will lean into the complexity of the text of the story, and we will sit with some of the challenging parallels of the story to this moment. Purim is all about holding the duality of joy and catastrophe in the same moment. So we will practice that ritually together when we get there. And then we will find our way back to life and to peace as we complete the reading from the Megillah and return to celebration.
You ready to do this?
Totally ready to do this. You ready to do this? Let's do it.
Here at Mishkan Chicago, we are all about our small groups. These lay-led affinity groups allow Mishkanites to socialize around a shared interest or identity, no matter how niche. You've probably heard of our Queer Shabbat Potluck or our 20s and 30s group. But you may not be aware of our newer groups, like our Pet Be Mitzvah cohort, our tone-deaf singers small group, the D- team, or our new affinity group, Crows with Yarmulkes. This year, we are celebrating the unique contributions of every small group by handing over the reins of our Megillah commentary to our lay leaders. As always, this Mishkan service is brought to you by CVS. CVS, your home for down-to-earth inspired Judaism.
That's very tall. Okay. All right. No cheering for Vashti, right? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra b'gilah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avoteinu bayamim ha'hem basman hazeh. Baruch atah
בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, המולך מהודו ועד כוש, שבע וזרים ימי המדינה, בימים ההם כשבט המלך אחשוורוש, על כיסא מלכותו אשר בשושן הבירה, בשנת 3 למלכו עשה משתה לכל שריו ועבדיו, חיל פרס ומדי הפרטמים ושרי המדינות לפניו, בהרותו את עושר כבוד מלכותו ואת יקר תפארת גדולתו, ימים רבים 80 יום ובמלאת הימים האלה עשה המלך לכל העם הנמצאים בשושן הבירה, למגדול ועד קטן, משתה 7 ימים בחצר גינת ביתן המלך, חור כרפס ותכלת אחוז וחלב וצרגמן, עגלי כסף ועמודי 6, מיטות זהב וכסף על רצפת בד ושש, ודר וסוחרת והשקות פכלי זהב וכלים מכלים שונים, ויין מלכות רב כיד המלך, והשטיח הדעת אין אונס, כי כן ייסד המלך על כל רב ביתו לעשות כרצון איש ואיש. גם ושתי המלכה עשתה משתי נשים בית המלכות אשר למלך אחשוורוש, ביום השביעי כתוב לב המלך ביין, אמר למהומן בהסתחר ועונה, בכתב ובכתב זיתר וחרקה 7 הסריסים המשרתים את פני המלך אחשוורוש, להביא את ושתי המלכה לפני המלך בכתר מלכות, להראות העמים והשרים את יופיה כי טובת מראה היא, ותמאן המלכה ושתי לבוא בדבר המלך אשר ביד הסריסים, ויכסוף המלך מאוד וחמתיו ערבו. ויאמר המלך לחכמים יודעי העתים, כי כן דבר המלך לפני כל יודעי דת ודין, הקרוב אליו כרשנה שתר אדמת השרשיס, מרס פרסנה ממוכן, 7 שרי פרס ומדי, רואי פני המלך השם ראשונה במלכות כדת מה לעשות, במלכה ושתי על אשר לא עשתה, אמר המלך אחשוורוש ביד הסריסים, ויאמר ממוכן לפני המלך והשרים, לא על המלך לבדו עבדה ושתי המלכה, כי על כל השרים וכל העמים אשר בכל מדינות המלך אחשוורוש, יצא דבר המלכה על כל הנשים, לבזות עליהן בעיניהן, באמרם המלך אחשוורוש אמר להביא את ושתי המלכה לפניו ולא בא. והיום הזה תאמר נסרות פרס ומדי, אשר שמעו את דבר המלכה לכל שרי המלך, וכדי ביזיון וקצף אם המלך טוב, יצא דבר מלכות מלפניו, וייכתב בדסי פרס ומדי ולא יעבור, אשר לא תבוא ושתי לפני המלך אחשוורוש, ומלכותה ייתן המלך לראותה הטובה ממנה, ונשמע פתגם המלך אשר יעשה בכל מלכותו, כי רבה היא, וכל הנשים ייתנו יקר לבעליהן, למגדול ועד קטן. ויטב Hadavar b'nei hamelech v'hasarim v'yas hamelech kidvar memukhan v'yishlach sfarim el kol medinot hamelech amdina kiktava ve'elam va'am kilshono lihiot kol ish sorer b'veito mdaber kilshonamo.
Achar hadvarim ha'ele kisho chamad hamelech achashverosh zachar et vashti ve'ed asher asata ve'ed asher nigzar aleha v'amru ner hamelech misharta v'yivakshu lamelech niro betulo tovot mareh v'yavked hamelech pikidim b'chol midinot malchuto v'yikbetzu kol nerav betula tovat mareh shushan bira el beit anashim el yad hege seris hamelech shomer anashim v'naton tamru kehen v'nar yafato v'hana ara asher titav b'nei hamelech timloch tachat vashti v'yitav haravar b'nei hamelech v'yaskein Ish Yehudi Haya b'Shushan Abira Ushmo Mordechai Ben Yair Ben Shimi Ben Kish Ish Yemini Asher Hogla Mirushalayim Im Hagola Asher Ogleta Im Yechonia Melech Yehuda Asher Hegla Nebuchadnezzar Melech Bavel Vayehi Yomein et Hadasa Hi Esther Batoto Ki Ein Lach Avaim V'Hanaraya Fator V'Tovat Mareh Uvmotaviha V'Imach Lekacha Mordechai Lo Levat Vayehi b'shama davar hamelech v'dato uv'kavetz narot rabot al Shushan Abira el yad Hegai v'tilakach Esther el beit hamelech el yad Hegai shomer anashim v'titav hanara beinav v'tisach chesed lefanav v'vahel tamru kava manoteha latet lach v'yad shavan arodario latet lach mi beit hamelech v'shaneh v'naroteha litov beit anashim Lo higida eser et amach emolatach ki Mordechai tziva leha asher lo tagid uv'chol yom vayom Mordechai mithalech lifnei chatzar beit hanashim ladat et shalom Esther u'ma yaseh bach uv'hagiyator nara v'nara lavo El HaMelech Achashverosh Miketz Heyot Lach Etat Hanashim Shnei Masar Chodesh Ki Ken Yimlu Yemiru Kehen Shisha Chodashim B'Shemen Hamor V'Shisha Chodashim Babes Samim Uv'Tamru Ke Hanashim Uv'Azeh Hanara Ba'al HaMelech Kol Asher Tomar Yinaten Lach Lavo Imach Mi Beit Hanashim Ad Beit HaMelech Ba'erev hiva uvaboker hishava el beit hanashim sheni el yad shashka seris hamelech shomer pilakshim lo tavod el hamelech ki im chafetz bach hamelech nikra v'shem Uvagia Torah Esther bat Avichail Dor Mordechai Asher Lakach lo levat lavo lamelech Lo viksha davar Ki imat asher yomar Hegai sus hamelech shemer anashim Vati Esther noset chen b'nei koroeha Vati lakach Esther lamelech Achashverosh el beit malchuto B'chodesh Asiri chodesh tevet Bishnat sheva lemalchuto Ve'ahav hamelech et Esther mikol anashim v'tisachen v'chesed lefanav mikol batulot v'yasam keter malchut beroshach v'yamlicha tachat vashti v'yas hamelech mishteh gadol lechol sarav ve'avadav eid mishteh Esther v'nacham dinot asav v'yiten mased kayad hamelech v'kavetz betulot sheni to Mordechai yoshev shar hamelech Ein Esther, Magedim Olatach Ve'etamach, Ka'asher Tziva Leha Mordechai Ve'mamar Mordechai Esther Osa, Ka'asher Hayta Ve'omna Ito, Vayamim hahem u'Mordechai Yoshev Ashar Melech Chatzaf Bigtan v'Teresh Shnei Sarisei HaMelech Mishamarei Asaf V'Vakshu Lishloach Yad B'Melech Achashverosh V'Yivadad Avar LeMordechai V'Yagei L'Esther HaMalka V'Tomer Esther LaMelech B'Shem Mordechai V'Yukash Adavar V'Yimatzei V'Tilu Shnehem Al Eitz V'Yikatev B'Sefer Divrei Hayamim Lifnei HaMelech.
I'm gonna be annoying and use my own. Sorry.
It's not annoying. Are you kidding? It's awesome.
Achar hadavarim ha'ela gidal hamelech Achashverosh et Haman ben hamedat hagagi v'inasa ehu v'yasa mekiso me'al kol hasarim asher ito v'chol avdei hamelech asher b'shar hamelech korim u'mishachavim lehaman Ki chen siva lo hamelech u'Mordechai lo yichra v'lo yishachaveh Vayomeru avdei hamelech asher b'shar hamelech leMordechai madua ata over et mitzvat hamelech Vayhi ke'amram elav yom vayom v'lo shama alehem vayagidu lehaman Lirot haya amdu divrei Mordechai ki higidalhem asher hu Yehudi vayar Haman Ki ein Mordechai koreo mishtachava elo vayamale Haman Chema vayivez be'enav Lishloach yad Mordechai levado ki higidulo et am Mordechai v'yabakesh Haman Lahashmid et kol haYehudim asher b'chol malchut Achashverosh am Mordechai b'chodesh harishon hu chodesh Nisan b'shnat shtem esrei lemelech Achashverosh hipil pur hu hagora lifnei Haman Miyom leyom mechodesh lechodesh shtem asar hu chodesh Adar vayomer Haman Lamelech Achashverosh yeshno am echad mipuzarim farad ben ha'amim bechol medinot malchutecha v'datehem shonot mikol am betatei hamelech einam osim v'lamelech ein shaveh lahanicham al hamelech tov yikatev la'abadam ba'aseret alafim kikar kesef eshkol al yedei osei hamlacha lehavi al ginzei hamelech Vayasar hamelech et tabato me'al yado vayitna lehaman ben hamedat hagagit sarer haYehudim.
Vayomer hamelech lehaman Hakesef natun lach vam la sopo ketov beinecha vekru sofrei hamelech bechodesh harishon b'shoshasar yom bo vikatev kechol asher tzivah Haman El echashtu pnei hamelech ve'el hapachod asher al medina u'medina ve'al sarei am ve'am medina u'medina kichtava ve'am ve'am ki el shono v'shem hamelech Achashverosh nichtam betabat hamelech v'nishlach sefarim beyad haratzim al kol medinot hamelech lahashmid la'arog u'la'abed et kol haYehudim minar ve'ad zakein taf v'nashim b'yom echad b'shlosha asar lechodesh nimasar hu chodesh Adar u'shlalam lavos Pachegan hakatav lehinat and dat b'chol medina u'medina galoi lechol amim liot atidim layom hazeh haratzim yatsu dechufim b'devar hamelech v'hadat nitna b'shushan habira v'hamelech v'haman ישבו לשטוף והעיר שושן נבוכה.
Mordechai yada kol asher nasa vayikra Mordechai begada vayilbash sak vayefer vayetze betoch ha'ir vayizak zaka gedola umara vayavo ad lifnei shar hamelech yen lavo el shar hamelech bilvush sak uvechol medina Mekom asher davar hamelech v'dato magia Evel gadol haYehudim v'tzomuvchi umisped Sak va'efer yutza larabim V'tavo narod eser v'sarisaha v'yagidu lach v'tichachal meka me'od v'tishlach begadim lalbin shemordechai osir sako me'alav v'lo kibel Vatikra eser latach misarisei hamelech asher hamid lefaneha vatetavehu al Mordechai ladat mazeh ve'al mazeh vayetze hatach al Mordechai el rechov ha'ir asher lifnei shar hamelech vayeged lo Mordechai kol asher karahu ve'eh parashat ha'kesef asher amar Haman Lishkol ginzei hamelech bayudim le'abedam ve'apat shegen ketav hadat asher nitam b'shushan lashmitam natan lo leharod et Esther hagilach utzavot aleha lavo el hamelech litchanen lo uvakesh milfanav al hamach vayavo hatach le'ged le'Esther divrei Mordechai Vatomer Esther lahatach vatatavehu el Mordechai Kol avdei hamelech ve'am medinot hamelech yodeim Asher kol ish ve'isha asher yavo el hamelech el chatzer pnimit asher lo yikareh achatato lehamit levad me'asher shilo hamelech et sharvit hazahav v'chaya Va'ani lo nikreti lavo el hamelech zeh shloshim yom ve'yagidu leMordechai divrei Esther Vayomer Mordechai le'ashiv el Esther al tadami v'nafshech limalei beit hamelech mikol haYehudim ki macharei shacharish ba'ed hazot Revach v'atzala yamod haYehudim mimakom acher ve'atu veit avich tovedu Umi yodea im le'ed kazot higat lamalchut v'atomer Esther le'ashiv el Mordechai le'ech kenos kol Yehudim hanimtzeim b'Shushan v'tzumu alai ve'al tochalu ve'al tishtu shlosha yamim laila vayom gam ani v'narotai atzum kain uvchein avo el hamelech asher lo chadat v'chasher avati Vayavor Mordechai, Vayaskecho, Asher tzivata alav Esther.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Oh, we good?
Vayhi bayom hashlishi vatyobash Esther malchut v'ta'amod b'chatzar beit hamelech hapenimit nochach beit hamelech v'hamelech yoshev al kisei malchuto b'beit hamalchut nochach petach habayit Vayhi kiraut hamelech et Esther hamalka omeret b'chatzer nase achin be'einav Vayoshet hamelech le'Esther et sharvit hazahav asher b'yado vatikrav Esther vatiga berosh hasharvit Vayomer la hamelech malach Esther hamalka uma bakashatech ad chatzi hamalchut v'naten lach ותאמר אסתר, אם על המלך טוב, יבוא המלך והמן היום אל המשתה אשר עשיתי לו, ויאמר המלך, מהרו את המן לעשות את דבר אסתר, ויבוא המלך והמן אל המשתה אשר עשתה אסתר, ויאמר המלך לאסתר במשתה יין, מה שאלתך ויינתן לך, ומה בקשתך, עד חצי המלכות ותיעש. ותען אסתר ותאמר, שאלתי ובקשתי, אם מצאתי חן בעיני המלך, ואם על המלך טוב, לתת את שאלתי ולעשות את בקשתי, יבוא המלך והמן. אל המשתה אשר עשה להם, ומחר עשה כדבר המלך, ויצא המן ביום ההוא. שמח וטוב לב וכראות המן. את מרדכי בשער המלך, ולא קם ולא זע ממנו, וימלא המן. על מרדכי חמה, ויתאפק המן. ויבוא אל ביתו, וישלח, ויבא את אוהביו ואת זרש אשתו, ויספר להם המן. את כבוד עושרו ורוב בניו, ואת כל אשר גיד לו המלך, ואת אשר נישאו על השרים ועבדי המלך, ויאמר המן. אף לא הביאה אסתר המלכה עם המלך על המשתה אשר עשה תקים אותי, וגם למחר אני קרוא לך עם המלך, וכל זה איננו שווה לי בכל עת אשר אני רואה את מרדכי יהודי יושב בשער המלך. ותאמר לו זרש אשתו וכל אביו יעשו עץ גבוה 50 אמה, ובבוקר אמור למלך, ויתלו את מרדכי עליו, ובוא עם המלך על המשתה שמח. ויטב הדבר לפני המן ויעשה עץ.
בלילה ההוא נדדה שנת המלך, ויאמר להביא את ספר זיכרונות דברי הימים, ויהיו נקראים לפני המלך, וימצא כתוב אשר הגיד מרדכי על בגתנה ותרש שני סריסי המלך משומרי הסף, אשר ביקשו לשלוח יד במלך אחשוורוש. ויאמר המלך, מה נעשה יקר גדולה למרדכי על זה? ויאמרו נערי המלך משרתיו, לא נעשה עמו דבר. ויאמר המלך, מי בחצר? והמן בא לחצר בית המלך החיצונה לאמור למלך לתלות את מרדכי על העץ אשר הכין לו. ויאמרו נערי המלך אליו, הנה המן עומד בחצר. ויאמר המלך יבוא, ויבוא המן. ויאמר לו המלך, מה לעשות באיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו? ויאמר המן בליבו, למי יחפוץ המלך לעשות יקר יותר ממני? ויאמר המן אל המלך, איש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו, יביאו לבוש מלכות אשר לבש בו המלך, וסוס אשר רכב עליו המלך, ואשר ניתן כתר מלכות בראשו, ונתון הלבוש והסוס על יד איש משרי המלך הפרטמים, והלבישו את האיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו, והרכיבוהו על הסוס ברחוב העיר, וקראו לפניו, ככה יעשה לאיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו. ויאמר המלך להמן, מהר קח את הלבוש ואת הסוס כאשר דיברת. ויעשה כן למרדכי היהודי היושב בשער המלך, אל תפל דבר מכל אשר דיברת, ויקח המן את הלבוש ואת הסוס, וילבש מרדכי והרכיבהו ברחוב העיר, ויקרא לפניו, ככה יעשה לאיש אשר המלך חפץ ביקרו, וישב מרדכי אל שער המלך, והמן נדחף אל ביתו אבל וחפוי ראש, ויספר המן לזרש אשתו ולאוהביו כל אשר קראו, ויאמרו לו החכמיו וזרש אשתו היא מזרע היהודים, מרדכי אשר הכילותה לנפול לפניו ותוכל לו, כי נפול תיפול לפניו, עודם מדברים עמו, וסרסי המלך הגיעו, ויבהילו להביא את המן אל המשתה אשר עשתה אסתר.
ויבוא המלך לאסתר במשעיים. ויבוא המלך והמן לשתות עם אסתר המלכה. ויאמר המלך לאסתר, גם ביום השני במשעיים, מה שאלתך אסתר המלכה ותינתן לך, ומה בקשתך עד חצי המלכות ותיעש. ותען אסתר המלכה ותאמר, אם מצאתי חן בעיניך המלך, ואם על המלך טוב, תינתן לי נפשי בשאלתי, ועמי בבקשתי, כי נמכרנו אני ועמי להשמיד, להרוג ולאבד. ואילו לעבדים ולשפחות נמכרנו, החרשתי, כי אין הצער שווה בנזק המלך. ויאמר המלך אחשוורוש, ויאמר לאסתר המלכה, מי הוא זה וזהו אשר מלא ליבו לעשות כן? ותאמר אסתר, איש צר ואוהב המן. הרע הזה והמן. והמן ניבא מלפני המלך והמלכה, והמלך קם בחמתו במשעיים על גינת הביתן, והמן עמד לבקש על נפשו מאסתר המלכה, כי ראה כי חלתה אליו הרעה מאת המלך. והמלך שב מגינת הביתן אל בית משתה היין, והמן נופל על המיטה אשר אסתר עליה. ויאמר המלך, הגם לכבוש את המלכה, אמי בבית. הדבר יצא מפי המלך ופני המן. חפוף ויאמר חבונה, אחד מן הסריסים לפני המלך, גם הנה העץ אשר עשתה המן למרדכי אשר דיבר טוב על המלך ומבית המן. גבוה 50 אמה, ויאמר המלך תלו עליו, ויצלו את המן על העץ אשר הכין למרדכי, וחמת המלך שכחה.
ביום ההוא נתן המלך אחשוורוש לאסתר המלכה את בית המן, צורר היהודים, ומרדכי בא לפני המלך, כי הגידה אסתר מהו לה. ויסר המלך את טבעתו אשר העביר מהמן. Vayitana leMordechai, Vatasam Esther et Mordechai al Beit Haman. Vatasof Esther, Vatidaber lifnei HaMelech, Vatipol lifnei Raglav, Vatef Vativchanan lo, Lehaavir et Ra'at Haman Ha'agagi. V'et Machashavto Asher Asher Chashav al HaYehudim, Vayishchat HaMelech leEsther, et Shar Beit HaZahav, Vatakom Esther, Vata'amod lifnei HaMelech, Vatomer, Imal HaMelech tov, V'imatzati chen lefanav, V'chasher hadavar lifnei HaMelech, V'tova ani be'enav, Yikatev le'ashiv et hasefarim, Machashevet Haman, Ben Amedata Hagagi, Asher Katav le'avid et hayudim, Asher bechol medinot HaMelech.
Ki uchal v'raiti bara asher yimtza et ami uchal v'raiti bara bovdan molati Vayomer HaMelech Ahashverosh leEsther HaMalka u'Mordechai HaYehudi Hine v'taman Notati leEsther Voto talu al ha'etzal Asher shalach yado B'Yehudim Ve'atem kitvu al ha'Yehudim Katov beinechem b'shem HaMelech V'hitemu b'taba'at HaMelech Ki chetav asher nichtav b'shem HaMelech V'nachtom b'taba'at HaMelech ein lehashiv Vayikaru sofrei HaMelech ba'ed hahi B'chodesh hashlishi hu chodesh Elyon Bishlosha v'esrim bo Vayikatev kechol asher tziva Mordechai el haYehudim Ve'el ha'ahashtar panim v'ha'pachot V'sarei ha'medinot Asher mechodu ve'ad kush Sheva v'esrim u'meya Medina u'medina kichtava va'am kil shono ve'el ha'Yehudim kichtavam v'chil shonam vayichtov b'shem HaMelech Achashverosh vayichtom b'taba'at HaMelech vayishlach sefarim bayod haratzim basusim rochve harechesh ha'achashteranim b'nei haramachim asher natan HaMelech laYehudim asher b'chol ir va'ir lahikahel v'la'amod al nafsham lahashmid v'laharog ulaved et kol helam umedina haratzim otam, taf v'nashim ushlalam lavos, b'yom echad b'chol medinot, hamelech Ahashverosh, bishlosha asar, l'chodesh shenem asar, hu chodesh adar, Patshagan Hapketav Lehinaten Dat Behol Medina Umedina Galui Lechol Ham Amim Velihyot Hayahudim Atidim Layom Hazeh Lehina Ke Meoivehem Haratzim Rochave Harechesh Ha'achashtaranim Yatsu Mevohalim Udechalifim Bidavar HaMelech Vehadot Nitana Beshushan Habira Umordochai Yatsa Melifne HaMelech Bilvush Malchut Bechelet Vachur V'aser Teret Zahav Gedola V'tachrich Boots V'argama V'ha'ir Shushan Sahala V'samecha LaYehudim Hayata Ora V'simcha V'sason Vikar Uv'chol Medina Umedina Uv'chol Ir Va'ir Mekom Asher Devar HaMelech Vedato Magia Simcha V'sason LaYehudim Mishte Vayom Tov V'rabim Me'amei ha'aretz mityahadim Ki nafal pachar hayahud pachar chad hayahudim aleihem.
Found it?
Uvishne Masar Chodesh Uchodesh Adar Bishosha Sar Yom Bo Asher Higi Adavar Amelech Vedato Leheasot Bayom Asher Sibiru Eveudim Lishlot Bahem Vanafochu Asher Ishlutu Ayudim Hema Besonehem Nikalu Yehudim Berihem Bechol Medinot HaMelech Achashverosh Lishloach Yad Bimvakshe Ratam Ve'ish Lo Amad Mifnehem Ki Nafal Pachdam Al Kol Ha'amim וכל שרי המדינות, והחשרפנים והפחות, ועושי מלאכה אשר למלך מנשאים את היהודים, כי נפל פחד מרדכי עליהם. כי גדול מרדכי בבית המלך, ושמו הולך בכל המדינות, כי האיש מרדכי הולך וגדול, ויכו היהודים בכל אויביהם. מכת חרב והרג ואבדן, ועשו בשונאיהם כרצונם, ובשושן הבירה הרגו עדים ואבד 500 איש. ויהיה פרשנתתה וטלפון ורספתה, ויהיה פורתה ודליה ורידתה ופרמשה וריסי ורידי והדבזתה, 10 בני המן. בן המדת הצרדים הרגו, ובביזה לא שלחו את ידם. ביום ההוא במספר הרוגים בשושן הבירה לפני המלך. ויאמר המלך לאסתר המלכה, בשושן הבירה הרגו היהודים ואבד 500 איש, ואת 10 בני המן. בשאר מדינות המלך מה עשו, ומה שאלתך ויינתן לך, ומה בקשתך עוד ותעש. ותאמר אסתר אם על המלך טוב, יינתן גם מחר ליהודים אשר בשושן, לעשות כדת היום, ואת 10 בני המן. יתלו על עץ. ויאמר המלך לעשות כן, ותינתן דת בשושן, ואת 10 בני המן. תעלו ויקהלו היהודים אשר בשושן, גם ביום 14 לחודש אדר, והרגו בשושן 300 איש, ובביזה לא שלחו את ידם. ושאר היהודים אשר במדינות המלך נקהלו ועמוד על נפשם, ונוח מאויביהם, והרוג בשונאיהם 75,000, ובביזה לא שלחו את ידם. ביום 13 לחודש אדר, ונוח ב14 בו, ועשותו יום משתה ושמחה, והיהודים אשר בשושן יקהלו ב13 בו, ו14 בו, ונוח ב15 בו, ועשותו יום משתה ושמחה, Al Kain Hayudim Haprazim Hayoshivim Barei Haprazot Osim Et Yom Arba Asar Lechodesh Adar Simcha Mishtev Yom Tov Mishlach Manod Ish L'Reyehu Vayich Tov Mordechai Edevarim Ha'ele Vayishlach Sifarim Kol HaYudim Asher B'chol Medinot HaMelech Achashverosh HaKarovim V'Harechokim Lekayem Alehem Liot Osim Et Yom Arba Asar Lechodesh Adar Ve'et Yom Chamisha Asar Bo B'chol Shana V'Shana Kayamim Asher Nachu V'hem HaYudim Me'oivehem V'Hachodesh Asher Nepach Lahem Miagon L'Simcha Ume'evel Le'Yom Tov La'asot Otam Yemei Mishtev V'Simcha Umishloach Manot Ish L'Reyehu Umatanot La'evyonim V'Kibel HaYehudim Et Asher Hechelu La'asot Ve'et Asher Katav Mordechai Alehem Ki Haman Ben Hamidata Agagit Sorer Kol HaYudim Shaval Yudim Le'abedam V'hi Pilpur Hu Agoral Lehumam Le'abedam Uvivoa Lifnei HaMelech Amari Masefer Yashuv Machashavto Hara'a Asher Chashav Yudim Arosho V'talu Oto V'ebanav Ala Eitz Al Kain Kareu Layamim Ha'ele Purim Al Shem HaPur Al Kain Al Kol Divrei Ha'igeret Hazot Umara'u Al Kacha Umahigia Alehem Kiyamu V'kibelu Yehudim Alehem Ve'el Zaram Ve'el Kol Nivim Alehem Ve'lo Ya'avor Liot Osim Et Shnei Hayamim Ha'ele Kichtavam V'chizmanam B'chol Shana V'shana V'hayamim ha'ele Niskarim v'na'asim b'chol dor v'ador Mishpacha u'mishpacha Medina u'medina ve'ir va'ir V'imei Hapurim ha'ele lo yavru mitoch ha'yehudim V'zichram le'osuf mizaram V'atich tov Esther Hamalka b'lavichayil Mordechai odiya kol tokef L'kayem Edigeret Hapurim azot Hashinit Vayishlach Sefarim El Kol HaYudim El Sheva V'Eshumimia Medina Malchut Achashverosh Tivrei Shalom Ve'emet Lekayem Et Yemei Hapurim Ha'ele Bizmanehem Ka'asher Kiyam Alehem Mordechai Yehudi V'Esther Malka V'Ka'asher Kimun Avsham Ve'al Zaram Divrei Atzumot V'Zakatam Humamar Esther Kiyam Divrei Aparim Ha'ele V'nichtav B'Sefer.
Vayasem Hamelech Achashverosh Mas Al Haaretz Vayei Hayam V'kol Maseh Tokvo Ugvurato Uparshat Gdulat Mordechai Asher Gidlo Hamelech Haloheim Ketuvim Al Sefer Divrei Yamim Lemachem Adai Faras Ki Mordechai Yehudim Mishneh Melech Achashverosh Vegadol Yehudim Veratzoy Lerov Echav Doresh Tov Le'amo Udover Shalom Lechol Zaro. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam harav eriveinu v'hadan et dineinu v'hanokem et nigmatenu v'hamashalem gamol achoyoi v'nafshenu hanifra lanu mitzareinu. Baruch Atah Adonai hanifra le'amo Yisrael mikol tzareim el amo Yoshia.
Yasher Koch to our Megillah readers, Michelle, Evan, Zoe, Ruthie, Ellie, and Mark. Have a great night, everybody. Chag Purim Sameach. Thank you to everybody who participated in creating this incredible night. Enjoy. Enjoy the rest of the night.